In this video, we're going to discuss the entry of weekly picks. Again, this video is using an early version of the weekly pick entry function, and we're getting it out there for you guys to help us get feedback and smooth out the process and make sure that it does everything that you need it to do. The weekly picks will share the same initial screen as crop estimate entry. And what you'll do is you'll select one of the crop estimates that's already in the system, and that'll be your starting point for weekly picks. You can have multiple versions of a crop estimate here. In this case, we've got one that's loaded, but you can have one that's loaded and one that's in work. It doesn't matter which one you pick. As long as it's the season, district, and variety, that's what you're going to be entering your picks for. So what we do is we select a line, we hit weekly picks, it goes and initializes the current week, which is week 20 when I'm doing this video. And it gives you a line where you can put what your picks are for this week, and dumps and rots if you have that, any received fruit, or packed inventory. Not everyone's entering all these values. Oops, not everyone's entering all these values, but that's really the initial entry of a pick there. So let's say you're entering for this week. You want to enter for last week because maybe you're on vacation, you missed a week. So you can add last week in using this button, and that'll put a week in there for week 19. And let's say we had picks of 3,200, 230, receive fruit 400, and let's do pack this. So that's the basics of entering lines here. And what you do at the end of this is you basically save your picks. Okay, so right now we're back to our initial screen. If we want to look at the weekly picks again, we would just select it, hit the weekly picks. It's going to take us to that entry screen, and we can change any of these values that we want here. Okay. If you had to go back a certain number of weeks and add more rows in here, we can help you through that probably by, you can change this number. Let's say we wanted to go to a prior week. I'm going to hit the F4 key. I'm going to go back and put this in as this week and make this 18, and then hit add last week. So now I've got 18, 19, and 20, and I could just put some numbers in here for this one. So it's kind of free-form text, if you will, what you want to enter. And that's a quick and dirty way to add rows to your weekly picks. I think we can make a function that will give you maybe more weeks than we have here, because I hear people will want to go back potentially more than 1 week as we've added here. So that's some feedback that we'd like from you guys, is how many weeks back do you typically have to go when you're adding something new? Let's say you're on vacation or something, or the start of the season's a little different than you expected. We can have you go in and enter them manually, or we can give you more buttons to add weeks back. So basically, again, we just save our picks, and that's done. Another piece of feedback we'd like to know is when you select one of these rows, we can probably put another grid down here that would show you what your picks were, if you'd like to see that. Or maybe we can tally those picks and put them along here. We can add them just about any place. Right now is basically just select a row, bring it up and look at it. And if you don't want to make any changes, you can just clear and exit. So that's a quick and dirty look at the weekly pick entry. So please take a look at it, play around with it, give us a good understanding what would make visibility better for seeing what you need to see week on week or through grand totals, which, by the way, I should show you. You'll see your picks here in grand totals at the bottom. So this will be a running total as you go. We're going to add that for these other columns as well. So you'll have grand totals. And you'll see what the big number was here from your crop estimate that was entered. All right, that's it for a quick and dirty video. Looking forward to your feedback, and thank you.